stars in the spotlight, secrets in the night. Headlines take flight, we're the keepers of the light. The talk of shame, we know the name. Fame's the game, join the flame.
Hi, good morning. Welcome back to the Talk of Shame, where we discuss all things pop culture, entertainment, celebrity. We do deep dives, we spill some hot tea, and of course, we just kiki about any and everything that's trending. Make sure you're following and you're subscribed. Click that subscribe button, especially if you want to interact with me on the chat throughout this live. I wanted to do this. I think this is what I want to do on a weekly, because every week, if you follow me on my IG at the Talk of Shame, you know that I host Reality Checked on Sirius XM every Monday. And I normally do a Kiki Loves TV segment, but it's all geared towards reality because that's what Reality Checked is all about. But a lot of times people want to know like what I'm watching, what I love, what I didn't. So I wanted to open this up to the YouTube channel because I like more than obviously reality. I love scripted. I love movies. Obviously, I want to share, you what's coming, what I've been watching, and what I suggest. Basically, what I plan to watch. And of course, I'll follow up if that was any good. We were in quite a desert for a while, but we have a lot of, I would say, a lot of reality coming out this week, which should be really exciting. We have Sister Wives, which I will say I have not been keeping up as much. Like I was really into Sister Wives when it first started. I kind of fell off. But now, that everyone's like left Cody and he is basically now just with Robin, which, in the beginning, it seemed like he really just only wanted Robin, even though Mary was, felt like his wife who loved him the most. And now when you watch the trailer for this new season, I mean, he's acting like he wished he never married her, which is insane. Obviously, Christine and Janelle have left. We're obviously going to see, sadly, the aftermath. Janelle lost her son. So I think that will play out. So that premieres on Sunday. We also have Dancing with the Stars coming on Tuesday, the 17th of September. I'm not a big Dancing with the Stars watcher, I'll admit. Like, it's just not really, I don't know, I'm just not into that type of reality. But obviously, we have Phaedra Parks, and Tori Spelling are joining the cast, and obviously having Anna Delvey, the fake German heiress fraudster, with her ankle monitor. I think people will be tuning in just to see that. Some people were kind of upset that, this former convict is kind of having the privilege of being able to dance on stage. I did say, I mean, look, she has paid her dues. I guess she did, I feel like she's paid her dues. She went to jail, let her on stage, but I know there's some controversy. So I might tune in just to see at least the premiere episode. I want to see her dancing, honestly, with the ankle monitor. That's really what I want to see. The show I'm really excited about is Golden Bachelorette. That premieres everything on this bottom. There's so much premiering Wednesday this coming week. We have Golden Bachelorette, which I love. So I'm not a Bachelor watcher, but I love fringe dating shows or just dating shows that are chaotic. And so I really did enjoy The Golden Bachelor. And so Joan from The Golden Bachelor is now going to be The Golden Bachelorette. They've announced the cast. I haven't really looked into who all the guys are that are joining, but I am excited about that. I really liked that show. So excited to watch that and see how that goes. Obviously, we saw the trailer for the new Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which I will say I've already watched the first episode. I got an advanced screening. I mean, it's really good. I'm based on what I saw, I'm really curious how the new housewife Bronwyn is going to be perceived by the audience or received by the audience, really, because offline people seem to really like her as a new addition. I will say this first episode, I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays out because she could rub a lot of audience members the wrong way. So we'll see. And then we also have Wednesday Survivor 47. Um, Again, Survivor is one of those shows I kind of go in and out, but I normally at least watch like the beginning of it just to see if I like any of the cast members. So that's what's coming up this week. That's what I'll be watching this coming week. And what I'm watching, I will say there's some shows I want to get into, like what I love, what I hate. I want to talk about just like what is sort of the standard right now on my DVR. Like right now, my DVR records certain things every week. And I'm always watching. So right now, the things that I'm absolutely watching every week, Real Housewives of Orange County, so good. I mean, I can't even wait for next week. We already see the previews. We see Emily. Basically, it seems like cussing Alexis Bellino out. Alexis has been really, she was on Watch What Happens Live, and it was really her and John, again, were very much trying to explain their situation. Andy asked John, why would you not sign the non-disparagement agreement so that, Shannon could just give you your money and be done with it? John's explanation, and Alexis reiterated this too in other interviews, is that he feels like he's been disparaged so much that by signing that non-disparagement agreement, he wouldn't be able to defend himself. And Alexis says, also there was filming still going on. And if he had signed that non-disparagement, all the lies, quote, lies that Shannon told, he wouldn't be able to defend himself. And I'm just kind of like, you also could just kind of walk away, take your money, and you don't have to worry about defending yourself. You don't have to be on the show. You can literally say, goodbye. But they're kind of on, I think they're trying to turn this story around because it's not playing out well for the audience is not liking them. So Real Housewives of Orange County is always on my DVR right now. Love After Lockup is always on my DVR right now, which I just want to say, I'm going to come back to Love After Lockup because I want to go like a little bit more into that. Also, the 2 90-day fiancés that are happening right now. We have 90 Day Before the 90 Days, which just started their new season, and then we have 90 Day the Other Way. 90 Day the Other Way, I'm just going to say Statler and Natalia. Natalia is the one in this cover photo, and Statler is the one who is with Dempsey, and they're doing the van life. Statler is, I just can't imagine dating her. She seems like the most annoying person to date in the world. Dempsey is so sweet and forgiving, and Statler, I'm just like, your neuroses isn't cute. Like, I love a good Larry David neuroses, but her neuroses is annoying. And Natalia is just a whiner. She's a whiner. I feel like she is completely unaware of how the world works. And she's always complaining to James. He's trying to take care of everything. But anyways, 90 Day the Other Way is great. And yeah, 90 Day Before the 90 Days has been wild. There are some characters in there. So definitely those are both on my DVR right now. And then Below Deck Mediterranean this season. I haven't talked about it much on Reality Check, but it's actually really good this season. Two stews, like, Aisha, of course, is or Aisha is always a great chief stew, but she has 2 stews that are working underneath her that are the most annoying stews in the world. I don't know how she does it, but that's what's on my DVR. But so Love After Lockup, if you're not watching this, I mean, it is completely unhinged. And I hadn't watched it. I hadn't always watched the show. I really got into kind of Love After Lockup because I started watching my roommate, my inmate to roommate, which I really, really liked. Now that season has ended and this would come on after. So that's kind of how I got into Love After Lockup. Inmate to roommate, I like. Love After Lockup is definitely like Jerry Springer territory of like, these people do not need to be on TV. But I'm going to say it's getting harder and harder to watch, specifically because of this couple, Joey and Kim, only because Joey triggers me. He reminds me of an ex that has all of the same personality traits. And every time I watch them on screen, I want to rip my TV off. I'm like, it's getting to the point where I almost don't want to watch their scenes because it makes me so sad. Kim, they like knew each other when they were younger. He was always like kind of in and out of jail, whatever. Her cousin actually dated him, and she cheated on him behind her cousin's back, or maybe not behind her cousin's back, but she slept with him even though her cousin had dated him. Anyways, he's been in prison. Now he's out and he's moved in. And here's the thing. She has 2 kids from her ex. She's clearly just, I think she has very low self-esteem. And she thinks that this Joey is the love of her life. And she thinks that paying for everything is what's going to keep him around. And again, this reason I'm triggered is because I've been in these relationships where I paid for everything because I didn't feel good about myself. And I thought that was what, would keep them around. And what I later learned is like, I was basically in a financially abusive relationship. And so to me, she's being financially abused. He comes out, she moves him into the house and she buys him a car, like, and just gives him the keys. And Christmas Day, like he has the car, like Christmas Day, like an hour after he gets the car, he just leaves for an hour. And Joey has a past drug addiction. So she's all worried about whether he's going to get back into drugs. On top of it, she's put a tracker, like a Apple tag or something. She's put a tracker on the car. And so, she already doesn't trust him, but he just leaves. So then one day he decides he needs to get new tires. So this last episode that I just watched was what sent me over the edge. He wants to put new tires on the car. And she's like, she just keeps handing him her debit card for whatever. But then she complains because she's just like, you can't keep spending money. And he's like, I just would spend money how I want. So he's like, I need to get new tires for the car. She goes, well, you have a budget, no more than $500. And he's like, whatever. He takes the car. He goes to the, auto shop, whatever, and sees the tires. He's like, I want to get some rims. Now, mind you, the car she bought him, of course, it's a nice car, whatever. He's never had a car, but it's just like a Nissan SUV. It's like nothing from like Fast and Furious. You don't need rims. And he gets a set of rims for this car and spends $2,200 on her debit card. She, of course, gets the alert because, she's tracking everything, but she doesn't say anything until she gets home and he's trying to like cook food. He's like boiling a potato in the microwave, like whatever. Again, triggering, reminds me so much of my ex. Like as I'm seeing it, I'm getting so angry. He's like cooking dinner. She's like, what? Why would you spend $2,200? He was like, because I wanted to. I didn't think you'd care. And she's like, why wouldn't I care? If I told you $500. He's like, I just spent only $1,700 more. I only spent $1,700 more. And she's like, what do you mean? That's a conversation we have. We have an engagement party that's coming up. And she's like, I need a dress. And he's like, but yeah, you want that. She's like, yeah, I deserve that. I deserve a nice engagement party and wedding. He's like, I don't care if we get married to the justice of the peace. She's like, I don't care if you don't care. Like, I care. He's like, but that's on you. And like, literally, it was so infuriating. Like, he's like, if she has married, I've been trying to look them up. If she's married this man, I just hope not. But anyways, so that's what's on my DVR right now. Some stuff is, it's driving me crazy. Sometimes it's not. What I loved this week, I've talked about a lot of it. What I've loved this week, obviously, Chimp Crazy. I did a whole video about Chimp Crazy. You can see it. I love Chimp Crazy. I do hope they do a follow-up episode. I hope that we get it a lot more point of view from Tanya Haddix. I think I might be Tanya Haddix for Halloween this year. I want to hear more. And I think there is more to be had because, again, most watched shows. So Chimp Crazy, absolutely love. Again, there was heavy parts. I did not like seeing how the tragic stories of the chimps went. And that's why I had hesitated to watch in the very beginning. I didn't watch it for a couple of weeks because I was like, I don't know if I can take it, but I'm glad I watched it. It was really good. Obviously, another show I talk about all the time now, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu. All 8 episodes are out. So good. And I was on Shenanigans with Sheena Shea, which I know some of you comment. Yes, I have her signed album behind me in my Kiki's Playhouse is getting a renovation, but you'll see more of my pop culture stuff. I actually have one of the things I have is these are pieces from Karen Huger's Maserati from her DUI. So I'd like to have that up. I have some of Shannon Medora's pieces somewhere too. And And so Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Shenanigans with Sheena Shea. I did an episode with her this week that you can check out. And we interviewed Taylor, Frankie Paul, and Macy Neely. Really great episode. It's out now, so definitely check that out. But Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I have to imagine they already have cameras up for season 2 because it is so good. Tell me, so those are my two, what I loved in the reality TV world this week. What I loved in the scripted world this week, I love Tell Me Lies. I actually did an interview with Megan Oppenheimer, the showrunner, the director, creator, a year ago. Maybe I should repost that. She was great, but I love this show. It's like, has all the sex, the drama, the twists and turns. It's just a fun watch. We get a new episode every week, so we have to wait for it, which is probably what we need. So love Tell Me Lies. Perfect Couple. Okay, here's the thing. These are the things I loved about Perfect Couple. Nicole Kidman, amazing. I could watch Nicole Kidman in pretty much anything, let's be honest. Loved it. Love Liev Schreiber. He's hot. A lot of the actors I really loved. I will say, as far as thrillers go, I preferred Presumed Innocent, the Apple TV Jake Gyllenhaal, thriller. This one was like, but this was still a fun binge watch because I think it was 6 episodes all out on Netflix. The intro with the whole like dance coordinated dance that they did, I never got that. I watched it the first episode just to see what that was about, and then I never could watch it again because I don't know, it was just weird to me. I know some people loved it. I heard that the actors, when they found out they had to do it, because they didn't find out until like they were already like signed up, kind of were like calling their agents when they found out they had to learn this coordinated dance, and that Liev was like, no, let's do it. This sounds awesome. But I will just say is like a good, if you're, Saturday, you don't want to leave, Sunday, you don't want to leave, good binge watch. I liked that. So those are the things that I loved watching this week. Now, what I could have skipped this week, honestly, Selling Sunset. I binged Selling Sunset. This was season 8, I think. I just, I don't know. It's lost something for me. I continue to watch, but it's lost something for me. The drama in real life is probably more entertaining. Obviously we find out this season, Chelsea's husband allegedly cheated on her. That was brought to her by Bree, who she had issues with. And then she really feels like Bree brought this girl, Amanda, who, had these racist tweets from her past, were coming after her for those reasons. So she did a whole live. I don't know if it's still up on her page or not, but she did it was like a 90-minute live she did. So the drama sort of like in real life is like kind of more entertaining. Plus, oh my gosh, I don't know if you heard about this. Even more funny was this story about Alana. So, on Selling Sunset, Alana Gold, the newest realtor, claimed that she owned Pioneer Town. Now, everyone knows Pioneer Town. Like some people say that everyone knows Pioneer Town. It's just like if you're in California, it's just it's a tiny little area. It was built by, I believe, Hollywood A-listers where they could, shoot Westerns or whatever. But it's just this little town. The biggest thing that's known is this place called Poppy and Harriet's. It's a restaurant, delicious. I went there, but it's literally just a little town. And Alana in the episode tried to say she owned it. And the residents of Pioneer Town lost it because she pretty much owns, there's like 400 parcels. I guess her and her husband purchased, there was a group that purchased like 6 parcels and they own a percentage of that group. Like they bought into that group. So it's like they own like less than 1% of property on Pioneer Town. So she had to apologize for saying she owned Pioneer Town because I was like, Pioneer Town, like, it is a very well known, and if you're in California, everyone should know that. So to me, the more online, the real time stuff was more entertaining than what was happening. And then The Circle, I just watched The Circle, the newest season, and I've always said this was like the one reality show that I could probably do, but every season, I don't know, I have to watch and see how I like the people. And I watched, I think 4 episodes are out now, watched all 4 episodes of the new season. And here's the thing, it's these twins. There's these twins that are in there that are together. They're pretending to be one of the twins' girlfriends. I just find them highly annoying. And I think that like they are really turning me off to this season. So I don't know. Here's the thing. I tend to keep watching um, these things even after I say I don't like them just because I keep watching, but not really truly a fan. I could have skipped both of these. Now, movies, I will say, so I was hungover yesterday, and when you're hungover, you get to like catch up on a lot of stuff. You get to just lay around. And I watched two movies on Netflix. The first I first watched Uglies, which um if you like, things like Divergent, that Divergent series, or if you like The Hunger Games, it's like that. It's like that young adult. They're kind of in a dystopian future, and they're rebelling. And this movie was really about just that. We're in the society. So the Rusties, I think that we were considered the Rusties. The Rusties are the old extinct society that destroyed Earth with our fossil fuels and our wars and all of these things. So they've rebuilt society. And they've discovered that in order to get along, essentially create peace, everyone has to be beautiful. And I know that sounds like so simplistic, but they're just like, we've found that, once you're beautiful, everything goes away. So on your 16th birthday, everyone turns 16, you get this major surgery and you become beautiful and you get to move to the city. Until then, you have to be a less than living somewhere else. But as soon as you turn 16, you can go there and that happens. So um, I thought it was like a fun watch. I think it's like 2 hours or whatever. It's a fun watch. Again, they have some future stuff. We have like, hoverboards. We have, the rebelling sect, against like the pretties. And obviously there's more to the whole pretty thing that we learn. Joey King, who played Gypsy Rose. That's where you probably last remember her from. She played Gypsy Rose in that, I think it was Hulu series. She's the lead. I don't know. I really enjoyed watching it. It's a fun, easy watch. Nothing mind blowing. Again, just a fun hangover day watch. Rebel Ridge. I like love action movie. And so I don't know. Sometimes with Netflix action, I have kind of like low expectations. It's going to be just like really like, I actually really liked this movie. And Anna Sophia Robb, who you probably remember, she played like Carrie in the Carrie series when she was like young Carrie from Sex and the City. Seeing her in this role, she was so different. She had short hair. I hadn't seen her in a long time. She felt more adult. But basically, it's one of those situations where a guy enters town, the cops, mess with him, and he exacts revenge because, he has this skilled set that he's working with. But it's not cheesy. There's a very, like, it's actually really well done. And I liked it. It was a really good script, storyline, kept me entertained the whole time. I liked Rebel Ridge, so that both of those are on Netflix. And then I still go to the movies like every week. My favorite movie place, I love to go Alamo in downtown, seats that you can put your feet up, have a server who's bringing you drinks and food. So I went to see Blink Twice, which is directed by Zoe Kravitz, and that's how her and Channing Tatum met. This movie was amazing. It gives you, I was surprised because I've never seen this. There was a trigger warning at the beginning of the film. And I thought, okay, that's kind of like, is that necessary? It is, because look, I love violent films. There's certain types of violence that you're not prepared for, right? Um, and I will say like that this was kind of, this could get into that. So I appreciated the trigger warning. But the film, I loved the plot. And I don't want to give anything away because I want people to see it. But there was a recent news story that came out and I read it like right after I'd seen this movie. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy that this is really happening. So those are the movies that I really liked this week. And then I was just going to show you my, again, I told you I like to go to Alamo. These are like the last Blink Twice isn't on here because actually my friend purchased a ticket, but these were the last movies I saw kind of this year at Alamo, and I'm just going to kind of rate them. I saw It Ends With Us. I only saw that because I was doing an episode, a podcast episode about it. Um, I say you can skip it. It was not my thing. Alien Romulus, loved. Absolutely. It's different than the other Aliens, I will say, but I still really liked it. Trap, which was M. Night Shyamalan's movie. I am a M. Night Shyamalan apologist. You can't, I love every one of his movies. You can't tell me any of them are bad. I love them all. But Trap with Josh Hartnett, so good. You know, it's based on like a serial killer is at this concert, you know, think Taylor Swift level concert, but they've created this concert all to trap the serial killer. Really fun. Twisters, which was like the follow up to Twister, you know, with Bill Paxton and Holly Hunter, I think. Not Holly Hunter. I can't remember her name right now. But Twisters, loved it. Such a fun watch. Perfect summer watch. So I love that. Quiet Place Day One. So good. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Challengers, I don't know. I'm kind of like, it wasn't really for me. I wasn't a fan. It was fine. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, it was not like the other Planet of the Apes that I've seen. It was different. I don't know if I would watch it again, but I will still always watch all Planet of the Apes movies. This one just was different. And Civil War, I actually really liked. Some people, I really, really liked it. And I love just the concept behind, you know, certain factions, certain states like Texas and California band together because we know we're like kind of the two biggest like economies in the state. And we kind of I just loved like the way they kind of, the way the director broke up America, and it was interesting. There were some cheesy parts, but overall it was still, I thought, pretty interesting. So those are my suggestions. Those are my reviews for what I've watched and my suggestions for the following week. Obviously, you know, I'd like to keep this like every week. I'll just tell you what I've been watching, and you can let me know, obviously, your thoughts on the shows. Obviously, leave a comment. And of course, again, if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed and tell other people to subscribe. But until next time, I will see you later. Bye.